This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, in the last session, we were trying to understand what is going to happen in your interview, how your interview will be scheduled, and what will be your approach, how you need to be planned, prepared for it. Now let us try to understand your SAP FICO learning approach. In short, when we're deciding to learn SAP FICO, you should know what will be the points, what will be the sequence which you need to understand. First point, what you need to know is you need to understand basic fundamental points related to SAP. So first thing, you will have something called system landscape. Whenever we talk about system landscape, there are three systems basically part of any client SAP system landscape. Any idea what are those three systems?
Development, quality, and production.
Right. One is your
Development.
development, two is your quality, three is your production. These are mandatory in every project. These are mandatory in every organization. Other than this, there may be other clients called sandbox. There may be other client called pre-production, mock and all. But these three are mandatory in every project. Now, you need to understand when you're talking about SAP or system landscape, development, quality, production, we are all talking about the first one point when SAP FICO comes into our mind, which is basically configuration. Right? Whenever we talk about SAP FICO, first point which sits in our mind is configuration. Am I correct? We will all be thinking about SAP FICO is all about configuration. I need to know how to do the config. Am I correct? Now, when you know that there is something called system landscape, development, quality, production, and when we know as a consultant we will be maintaining a configuration, it is very, very important for everybody to understand how and where you are going to maintain this configuration. This configuration, is it maintained in all the three systems or only in two systems or only in one system?
Only one.
Configuration is maintained only one system. What is that system called as?
Development.
Development. So here only you will maintain configuration. Okay, what is this development? We are calling development as what? System?
Client.
Right, you are calling this as a system landscape. Within the system landscape, development is a system. Now within the development there are clients. Within the development, what will be there? Client. When you're talking about client, if you look at SAP screen like this, if you look at SAP screen like this, on the top there is a name called client here. Can you see a field called client and there is a number?
Yes.
Right, you need to understand this. In short, in development system there are again client. Not every client is configurable. Now there is something called modifiable. Opposite to modifiable is what? Non-modifiable.
Non-modifiable.
Yes.
Non-modifiable. If I say this and if I say the other word here, non-modifiable here. Now when you're talking about configuration, configuration is nothing but modifying the system or non-modifying the system.
Modifying the system.
Configuration.
Modifiable.
Right? Configuration is nothing but you are modifying the system by way of create, change, and delete. Am I correct? By doing a modification, I can create, I can change, I can delete. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Without modifying, I can only do which is nothing but display. Is my statement correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If I say modifiable, I can create, I can change, I can delete. If I'm talking about non-modifiable, I cannot create, I cannot change, I cannot delete. All I can do is display alone. Now this terminology is used for client. Is used for what? Client. In short, if I say client modifiable or if I say client non-modifiable, will you be able to understand? Now this client modifiable, client non-modifiable is exclusively applicable for this configuration terminology. Client modifiable means configuration possible. Client non-modifiable means configuration possible or not possible.
Not possible.
Not possible. Clear? Now, when you look at this
Yes.
development, you're talking about configuration. Here, there are two clients. In short, you may be talking about client 100. Numbers differ based on the project, based on the organization. Whatever the number we are writing now is only for the understanding purpose only. I'll put client 110. I'll put client 120 or client 200, any number you can write. Basically, these numbers are created and shared to us by basis consultant. Who will create the client numbers? Who will configure the client?
Basis.
Everybody heard something called basis module in SAP? The way you understand FICO, in the similar way,
Yes.
there is a module called basis. Now this basis consultant will set up this client at the beginning of the SAP installation. Now you are a FICO consultant. You are which consultant? Which module consultant?
FICO.
FICO. I'll highlight or I'll separate these clients, maybe 100. I'll put this and I'll put this in a different color. Now I've got 3 clients in 3 different systems. You are a FICO consultant. What is the other name that you're called as apart from FICO consultant?
Functional consultant.
You're functional consultant. Am I clear? Okay. Now, other than functional, what is the alternative name?
Technical consultant.
Technical. There is again functional. So as a functional consultant, how many clients are we going to use in the development system?
2 clients.
How many? 2. In any project, you will be dealing only with the 2 clients in the development. One is client 100, other one is client 120. Why client 100? Why client 120? Here, maybe you will do configuration. If it is configuration, what is the other terminology we can use?
Customization.
No. Whatever you are configuring, whether it is working fine or not, what do you need to do?
Testing.
Testing.
You need to do testing. Okay. Now in these two clients, 100 and 120, which will be modifiable, which will not be modifiable? This we will not talk about because we are not related to this. This is purely used by ABAP. Are you ABAP?
No.
So ignore this. You are not concerned about it. This will be used exclusively by the ABAP team or ABAP consultant. So you are a FICO consultant. As a FICO consultant, you are represented as a functional consultant. FICO, SD, MM, PP, PS, QM, everybody is functional only. So every functional consultant will be using client 100 or any number that is there in your project. If you are working real-time consultant, you can replace your current project client number here. If not, blindly remember the same number. Tell the same number to whosoever you talk with. When you talk this number, everybody will accept. Okay, don't put fancy numbers and all. Based on your understanding, strictly follow these numbers. So as we discussed, configuration cannot be done in all the system. Configuration is allowed only in the development system. Is that right? And within the development system, you have two statuses of this client. One is modifiable, one is non-modifiable. So technically, configuration is allowed everywhere or strictly in one place.
One place.
At one place.
Right? Configuration should be strictly maintained in one place only. Now that one place where your configuration is maintained is called as development client 100 or development 100, which is also called as golden client, config client. Anybody heard these terminologies anywhere?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? So this is something that you need to understand. This is your client modifiable. So here, other than configuration, nothing is allowed. You're not supposed to create any transaction. You're not supposed to see any report in the configuration client. Do the configuration here, do the testing here. Both are within development. When I say both are within development, you need to switch between these two with this number. Before you log in, you will find a client number here. You can see the number here, client. Currently, what is the number? 100. If I am logging into client 100, it is representing I am logging into a development configuration client. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
If I put
Yes.
120 here, if I put 120 client number, I am logging into development testing client,
Yes.
right? Now, testing is possible only after your configuration. Now, if we come back and then try to understand certain points, basically data flow in SAP FICO. If we recollect this point, first thing what we understood was what? Business requirement. This is what we discussed in the previous classes.
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or
Yes.
no?
Business process. Business process.
Business process or business requirement. Based on the business requirement, you will do the configuration. Based on the configuration, what we will do?
Master data.
You will create master data. Based on master data,
Transactional data.
Use transaction.
transaction data. Based on the transaction data,
Reports.
reports. If there is any problem anywhere, if there is any improvement is required, what will you provide?
Support. Support.
Support, which is a never-ending process. In short, this is like a cycle. Frequently, you will be revolving around these points only. Now, this is your configuration. Can I call these three as testing? This is config. These three, can we call it as testing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So first point, what is happening? You are getting a business requirement. First point, you are getting a business requirement. Whatever the business requirement that we are getting, we are understanding the business requirement. We are understanding the business requirement. Based on the business requirement understanding, we are going to maintain necessary configuration in the system. Alright? This configuration will be done in which system? Development 100.
100.
So here you are going to maintain the configuration. Now here you will only do the configuration, nothing else. Exclusively configuration maintained in development 100, nothing else. Now you know the requirement, you did the setting. Now it is time to test whether it is working fine or not. Yes or no? Because you are the one who understood the requirement from the client. You are the one
Yes.
who set up the system based on the requirement. Now you should be the one who is going to test whether it is okay or not okay.
Yes, sir.
Right? So how and where you are going to test it? Is it in development 100 or is it in any other setting, any other client?
Development 120.
Development
You
120.
need to test development 120 is where you need to test it. When we say we are testing this in development 120, we need to ensure configuration is not maintained in development 120. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Without
Yes.
setting, how can you test it? For you to test, setting is required. You are talking about setting in 100, testing in 120. Then there is no link between these two, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? Now for you to test in development 120, you need configuration here. Unfortunately, configuration is not allowed in development 120 because it is non-modifiable client. True?
Yes.
Since development 120 is a non-modifiable client, configuration not allowed. When configuration is not allowed, you will copy the configuration instead of doing the configuration. What we will do?
We'll copy into
To move TR.
the qualities.
Right? We will copy the configuration. Why we are copying the configuration? Because both clients are within the same system. In short, within the system, we will copy the configuration. When I'm talking about within the system, I am talking about development to development. Is this true?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
When I'm talking about within the system, I'm talking about development to development. In short, this is going to be development 100 to development what?
120.
120.
Development 120. So development 100 to development 120. What are we doing? We are copying the configuration. Right?
Yes.
This is based on basically
Yes, sir.
client copy of your configuration. Client copy of your configuration in bracket transport request. What is this called? Client copy of configuration. How do you copy it? With the help of which request?
Transport request.
Transport request.
Transport request.
Transport request.
Now for this, there is a T code. What will be the T code which we will be using to do this activity?
SC01
SCC1.
and SC10.
S
SC1.
SCC1.
SCC1.
SC1.
Okay, SCC1. Now when you do it, you will understand, okay, my configuration is maintained in development 100, which is a modifiable client, and then I will copy all my configuration to development 120 since I am doing testing in development. You're talking about a testing. Testing where? In which system are you testing?
120.
120.
In which system? 120 is a
One
client,
Development.
development.
right? Whenever you're talking about 120, not plain 120, strictly development 120. Either only development or development 120. Cannot be only 120. Am I clear?
Yes.
Alright, when I'm talking about testing in development 120 client, I am testing in which system? Development system.
Yes.
Alright,
Yes.
in the development system, who will have the access? For example, development system is accessed. Can development system accessed by user, or it is
No.
only accessed by consultant?
Only consultant.
Consultant.
Only by consultant.
Consultant. It is accessed by consultant only. So everywhere I'll put same thing. Consultant will access it. User does not have any access. Now, whenever a consultant is testing the system in development, what is this testing called?
Unit test.
Functional test.
Unit test.
Unit test.
Unit testing. It's called as unit testing. We will be representing, or we will be calling it as unit testing. So for you to do a unit testing, now I'm asking you to test it, but you should know what to test, right? Agree? When I give something and can you please test it? You should know what to test, how to test. Agree? Testing does not mean seeing and saying okay, right? When I say,
Yes, sir.
or when I give you anything, any product or whatsoever, can you test it? You will hold and then give it to me, it is okay, or you will do something with it.
Yes, sir.
Would you
In
test it?
the
You'll have
in
to
every
do
testing there
something
will be
to perform a testing, right? Now, for you to do a testing, you need something. On what basis you will perform the testing?
master data. Configuration document.
On what basis you will perform the testing?
Based on
To do a testing, what is required?
We need the
Client
configuration.
requirement.
business flow.
Configuration document, master
A
data.
script.
Entries.
Must.
Unit test script.
Anybody heard
Business
this?
scenario. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Test cases, test script, business scenario. Anybody heard before? Yes, no?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
For you to do a unit testing, this is what you need to understand. If you do not know this kind of a thing, you will not be able to perform unit testing. When you're talking about testing, you're testing system in three ways. Point number one, testing related to master. Point number two, testing related to transaction. Point number three, testing related to report. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Right. Now here, when you're testing, you have to follow point number one, create. Point number two, change. Point number three, display. Wherever applicable, this is what you need to test. Whether you are able to create, whether you are able to change, whether you are able to display. Agree? If you're talking about
Yes,
master
sir.
data, let it be any master, GL master, customer master, vendor master, asset master. It can be any master. Test whether you're able to create master. Test whether you're able to change master. Test whether you're able to display the master. When you're talking about a transaction, test whether you're able to create a transaction. Test whether you're able to change the transaction, and then test whether you're able to display the transaction. When it comes to a report, you will not create a report, you will not change the report, you will only display the report. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
right? Logically, slowly, we need to ensure we are feeling comfortable. Whatever I'm talking now, majoritarily, irrespective of your background, whether you're related to SAP or non-related to SAP, you're able to relate, you're able to feel, yes, this is something or similar to this, something you would have done in your previous organization, previous profiles.
Yes, sir.
If not completely, at least 50% everybody is aware of it. Am I correct? Right? At least 50%, most of you would have heard about it, aware of it. Whoever has got work experience, if you think through, you would have come across the similar point, because these are followed similarly in any technology, in any organization. Nothing new in SAP. When you're doing this, you need to know what to create. I say that create something. Now you should know how to create a master. Now, depending on the master, you should know how do I create it. Depending on the client business process, you should know what points are supposed to be taken into consideration while creating the master. Similarly, what possibilities are there to change it and what possibility is there to display it. Everything you need to see based on the business client requirement only. Nothing is standard, nothing is straightforward. As a result, you cannot practice, you cannot assume, you cannot move forward blindly without any point in your mind. Usually, whenever we log into SAP, whenever we practice SAP, nothing comes in our mind. Blindly log into SAP, start configuration, post entries, pull the report and all. Majoritarily, this is what people will do, which is not the right approach. When you are feeding
Ajay,
points
यहाँ
in your
पे
mind in such a way, you will be in a position to understand, okay, this is how a consultant works in any project. And even when you're practicing, please ensure your practice is in line with what you do as a FICO consultant in any project. So that while you're explaining anything to the other person, let it be in the interview, let it be in your project, let it be in any situation, sound the way you are doing or the way everybody is doing in the project. Unlike that you have done in the practice or you have got training from somebody else, it should not represent when you're talking. Okay. Now here, when you're representing these points, you should understand all these basic fundamental point. Nothing is related to configuration. Though we're talking about configuration, so far nothing can be configured here. It's all about generic information, general idea that everybody should know, whosoever is going to log into SAP. Before you log into SAP, before you put your ID password here, all these fundamentals you must know. Without knowing the basic fundamental, it is strictly not recommended you log into SAP. Do not think that first let me get into SAP, automatically I will get everything. Automatically everything will be lost if you go in that way. When you do it, when you find everything is okay, it is fine. Once you find everything is okay, then you will go to quality system. Now, who will have the access in quality? First of all, in quality, you will find only one client, or you may be finding two clients. For example, if I say client 100 here also, or client 200, to be very specific, not to create a confusion at this stage, and I might put, let's say, client 210. This is again accessed by consultant. This is also accessed by consultant. Now client also has the access. I mean, the user will also have access to quality or not?
yes,
Yes, sir. The key users use.
Right? User will also have the access in quality system. Now let's say this one, let it be there, but you understand this as a pre-production system. Anybody heard something called pre-production system? or mock system,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
right? This is similar to that. We will understand client 200, which is a normal testing and a training client. Now here user is supposed to do a testing, not the client, not the consultant, because as a consultant you already tested the system in development, you found everything is working fine. Now your confirmation is not okay. Your confirmation is only to make sure that everything is working fine, to ensure that you are confident. Then once you feel comfortable, confident, yes, everything is working as per the system design, as per the business process requirement, you will sit with the client and you will ask your client user to test it. What is this testing called as?
SAP testing.
UAT.
UAT. UAT.
UAT. This is called as user acceptance testing, in short UAT. Most of you would have heard this terminology, UAT. Our project is currently in UAT phase. We are currently doing UAT. Anybody heard? UAT is pending. UAT sign off is required and all. So here,
Yes.
to do the UAT, you will be using quality system. Correct? Quality system is a modifiable client or non-modifiable client.
Non-modifiable.
Unmodified.
Quality system is a non-modifiable client. Okay, if it is non-modifiable, how you are going to do a testing? To do a testing, you need the setting. Correct? Without having the setting, without having the configuration, you cannot perform the testing. Is my statement true?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir. The basis to
Right?
move here.
Now here, again, we need to get the config from development 100 to QoS 200 as an example. Now this is transporting config between systems, not within the system. Here we were talking about within the system. Now this is your between two system, right? This is now between the system. So what are those two systems? Development 100,
Quality
Few
to
one.
quality.
development 100 and QAS 200. Agree? Now
Yes, sir.
you need a T code here. You also need a T code here. Straight away it will not come. So here what you will do, you will release the TR. What is the T code which we will be using to release the TR?
SE01 and SE10.
Yes.
09.
SE01 or SE09, SE10, there are different transaction codes to release a TR. Agree? Now here, what do? Here you have TR
To check
import.
the TR.
Import.
Here you need to import. To import TR in quality, what is the T code?
SCC1.
Yes.
What is this? What is the T code?
TMS underscore import.
No matter how much effort you put on SAP FICO, no matter how many hours, how many days, how many months you practiced SAP FICO, if you're not able to tell these points, nobody will believe that you know SAP FICO. Is my statement correct?
Yes, sir.
Forget about the configuration, what is T code, how this functionality is working, that functionality is working. Understand how SAP is working first. When I say understand how SAP is working first, you have different clients in the system. Not every client is modifiable. You need to understand development, quality, production, which is called as a system landscape. When you look at SAP logon pad, you should never find single connection like this. You should never find single connection like this on your SAP logon pad strictly. In this entire world, no SAP consultant SAP logon pad will look like this with a single connection. Anybody who is working in SAP as a consultant currently has got like this in your SAP logon pad, or more than one?
No. It's always more than.
Is it possible to have only one connection to work as a FICO consultant?
No.
It is strictly not possible. In the entire world, it is not possible. If you wanted to be a super consultant, please create one connection, practice in one connection, in which you will never understand what is development, what is quality, what is production, what is client modifiable, what is client non-modifiable, how configuration is happening, where it is happening, where you are testing, how you are testing, how config is coming there. If you do not know these basic fundamental, what is what at a basic high level, how will anybody believe that you know you worked in SAP? Is my statement valid? If you are not able to explain these points properly, will anybody believe that you worked in SAP? Forget about what you know SAP. Will anybody believe? Will you believe? No, right? Right? Basic fundamental points you should not ignore. Remember, there are many people, when somebody is asking system landscape, they fail to answer, they fail to convince. There are many people still, when somebody is asking what is system landscape or what is your client system landscape, they will not understand what is this. They will simply tell development, quality, production. Everybody knows development, quality, production. What are you talking about it? How you are connecting, how you are relating it to your project is what matters there. And here, when you're talking about your practice and all, you need to put in this way. Meaning, create in such a way that any client, any company code that you're creating, assume that I am practicing, I am working for a particular client. That client name you put and then add 3 connections. Same logon details, you create 3 times. Development, quality, production. Here I have created Kia. Okay, I have created Kia development, Kia quality, Kia production. Meaning, Kia project development system, Kia project quality system, Kia project production system. If I am also working for Apple project, I will add 3 more lines: Apple development, Apple quality, Apple production. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? When you look at the SAP logon pad, first make sure you're not confused. There are people, after getting the job, they will ask in how to log into development system, where to do the configuration system, because they do not know after getting the job where to log in. Then what is the use of your 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months practice, preparation, configuration? When you're not able to understand, when you're confused, when you're not confident where to log in, how to do the config in your project. Practical points, practical problems, whatever you are going to face after getting the job, you need to avoid while you are getting trained. Do not think that in my training it is like this, in project it is something else. Whatever is in your project, bring it into your training. Whatever you do as a consultant, do it as a training. When you're learning, when you're practicing, ensure maximum possible cases, whatever you do as a consultant, do it when you're practicing, when you're learning itself. So that as you move forward, everything will become a habit for you, everything will become a practice for you. In short, by default, wherever you look at the system like a consultant, you log into the system like a consultant, you talk like a consultant. Otherwise, you will ask me, can you tell me how do I move my configuration to the testing a client? Can you tell me how do I move my TR to quality system? Will it be okay asking these kind of questions? Can you say
No,
that I
sir.
forgot actually this one? Can you tell anybody I
No.
forgot actually, I did long back, I forgot. Can you say this? No. You cannot say this. You cannot escape. You will be caught red-handedly. So focus on the areas which will put you in trouble in future. Not on the areas where even if you do not know, nothing will happen. You do not know the configuration. Nobody is going to say anything. Everybody will tell just Google it. Your project manager will tell you Google it. Your senior will tell you Google it. Your friend will tell you Google it. They will tell you don't even know to Google if you don't know something. Everybody will Google it. You also Google it. Nothing wrong in it. You know you can Google it even in your project. Nothing wrong in it. Then you don't need to put more effort on it. Put effort where you cannot Google. Put effort where you cannot ask anybody. Meaning there are certain points that you should know as a FICO consultant. Develop those points as a consultant during your training. That is what is your training exclusively designed for, not to get the configuration, not to know the configuration. In your project, you ask anybody who is working in SAP FICO, if they do not know anything, what they will do, or what any consultant does in any project if they do not know anything. Simple answer, Google. Am I correct? Nothing to worry, you can Google it. You are allowed to Google it. And again, it depends which website you are referring. There are so many XYZ websites. Are you referring authorized official SAP websites, or are you referring any training websites? Googling is not okay. Again, in Googling, you have to be smart. Which website I need to refer, which data I need to follow. Again, there is a different criteria. So every point you'll have to see. Whatever you do, the other person can easily find out whether you are well prepared, well knowledged or not. As I said, the way your cursor is moving on the SAP screen will also reveal your confidence level. The way you are moving a cursor will reveal. If you know, you will straight away go click what you want to click. If no, it will roam 360 degrees on the screen, but it will not click anywhere. All it will do is Alt tab, switch between multiple windows. Different things you will do, but you will not open any screen. You will not click anywhere because you are afraid, you have a fear, you're not sure, you're not confident. If I click here, what will happen? I don't know. Overcome these situations, come out of these situations while you are learning SAP FICO. For that purpose only you are paying money, to gain that knowledge, to gain that confidence. Not to see where I am clicking, not to see how I am clicking. When I'm doing, you're not supposed to see where my cursor is going. I may simply move my cursor here. Don't follow my cursor. Follow the logic, follow the scenario. You will understand by default. Right? Like this, there are different points which we need to understand. Until your TR gets moved to production system, whatever things are going to happen, everything must be on your fingertips. Everything must be on your fingertip, without which you cannot do anything in real time. If you do not know these points and you claim that I know SAP FICO, I am practicing SAP FICO from last 2 months, 3 months, 1 month, question yourself what exactly you know in SAP FICO if you do not know these basic fundamentals. Even if you practiced a particular topic 100 times, if you do not know these points, if I make you sit in front of any client system, I bet you cannot even log into the system. Am I correct? Even after practicing at the same topic 100 times, if I put you in front of the client system, you will not be able to move forward. Even if you practice 100 times, your 100 times practice is not going to help there. Am I correct? If these basic fundamentals are missing.
Yes.
Agree?
Yes, sir.
Right? You're practicing 100 times, 1000 times, it's not going to help you there. So you should realize what is actually going to help you manage as a FICO consultant in the project. In the project, you are surrounded by different people. What if somebody is coming sitting next to you, asking you to help, asking you to configure? Can you tell, you please go there, and I have to be, left alone. I have to sit all alone without any disturbance. Only then my mind will work. Only then I will configure. Can you say that? No, right? You may be sitting in a conference room. You may be sitting in a meeting room wherein you have to project, or you have to connect your laptop to the projector. All your FICO team members are sitting, or all your project team members are sitting. Your laptop is connected to a projector. Now your laptop is on the projector screen. 10 members, 15 members, 20 members is sitting in the conference meeting room. Will you be able to confidently move the system, open the screen, display the setting and all? Yes, no? These are all the practical possible situation scenario that you are going to come across once you get the job. Consider these points, consider these scenarios, put your effort, understand the subject. Then when you're in the project, when you're in the similar situation, you will be comfortable, confident enough. Nobody should point out, I think something is wrong with this candidate. I don't think this candidate worked before anywhere. I don't know, this candidate is not confident. You are not supposed to get this kind of negative remark, negative feedback from anybody in your project wherever you join. Let the other person feel that this candidate is good. He has got good understanding, good knowledge. He is putting his effort to learn different things. Let the other person think positively. Let the other person feel confident with your behavior, with your work strategy, with your work approach. Instead, they should not feel, I don't know how who interviewed him. I don't know how he got the job. He doesn't even know basic things. He's asking me how to move a TR. He doesn't know how to log into quality system. He's trying to configure in development 120 client. He doesn't even know that this is a non-modifiable client. Imagine these kind of mistakes you are making. Imagine these kind of confusions you are getting after getting the job. You cannot ask anybody. And you'll have to realize these points at the beginning itself and rectify these points even before you log into SAP for the first time. Before you log into SAP, you need to know so many things about SAP, FICO especially, because you are a FICO consultant. As a FICO consultant, whatever we do, many things we need to understand even before you log into the system for the first time. That is the reason what I said. First 1 month, we don't even log into SAP. The moment we start our regular sessions, probably from Monday onwards, for first 1 month, I don't even log into SAP, but I'll make you understand until balance sheet what is in SAP, how SAP works, and from a company code creation until balance sheet, GL, AP, AR, cash, bank, BRS, integration, taxation, controlling everything, how all the modules are working in SAP, what you need to know at a high level from each and everything. As a FICO consultant, everything you will understand. But still, I don't log into SAP, you also don't log into SAP. We will play with Excel sheet. You will ensure that even without logging into SAP, you are confidently in a position to talk to anyone. If anybody is talking about SAP FICO, you are in a position to understand, relate what it is. At that stage, when you log into SAP, you feel comfortable, you feel confident. You feel like, yes, I am understanding what am I doing. Otherwise, blindly you will put it. User ID, password, go to the T code, all this kind of thing. Anybody can do it. What is new in it, what you are doing here. To know that, as I said, you don't need to pay money, free of cost. You're learning to behave, to work, to act like a consultant. And to get that knowledge, you have to put different kind of effort right from the beginning. That's why you're calling it as a training. And that is why you're looking for real-time training. If I'm not showing you all this kind of a thing, if I'm not explaining you these points, if you're not aware of these points tomorrow, if you talk to anybody, if anybody is asking these questions, if you tell I do not know, If they tell from where you learned SAP FICO, I don't want you to tell my name that this person trained me SAP FICO, and I don't want another person to tell this is without even knowing the basic fundamentals of SAP FICO. How did you complete your training? Forget about what your trainer taught. What happened to you? You should at least think 1 second that is this how am I going to work in the project? If we think at least 1 second, one moment, you will realize, you will try to cross check, is this how every consultant is working in the project? You have to cross verify. That's what I said. You should know somebody who is working in SAP FICO as a consultant. Please verify with them what you're doing, what you're learning, what you're understanding is correct or not correct. Only then you feel comfortable, only then you feel confident, because as you move forward, you should be comfortable, you should be confident. Not that tomorrow somebody will point you out stating, no, this is not correct, that is not correct, you don't know anything about SAP FICO. Specifically in your interview and all, you are getting negative feedback. Wherever you go, everybody is rejecting you. You will never understand why you are getting rejected. There are so many reasons like this. There are so many reasons like this which will put you in trouble for sure. No doubt about it. And we will not be in a position to realize it. Unless and until you talk to the right people, you will never realize the mistakes. You will feel, no, my answer is correct. This is what the answer. I checked Google, I checked YouTube, I checked the different people. Everybody said correct. But why they rejected me in the interview? There are different reasons which you will never realize. Because those are all fundamental points, fundamental concepts you are missing. When you are missing fundamental concept, everybody will reject. Tomorrow, after knowing all these kind of things, you will also reject the other person. Forget about somebody is rejecting you. You start rejecting the other person after knowing the fundamental points. Because they hold so much weightage everywhere. Whether you are working, whether you are not working, it is immaterial. When you are representing, you are a FICO consultant, please make sure you understand points in such a way with which you are confident. At the end, your confidence matters. At the end, your knowledge matters. Right? From here, we will be starting and we will be moving forward, understanding, knowing, exploring different points with which you will be, mentally tuned like you are a consultant. And whatever you talk like a consultant, you think like a consultant. And when you check with anybody, they should say, yes, you are right. And anybody saying, no, you're wrong, please upfront question me. You are telling me this, I got to know this is not correct. You are having 100% right to question me. What you are telling is not correct. In the live recorded session, you can ask me. No offline questions. In this session, in front of everybody, you can question me. I'll tell you why I'm talking, what I'm talking, reasonings, whatever the points that I'm talking, I'll explain, I'll justify. Tomorrow, I expect the same confidence from everybody, from you. Tomorrow, when somebody says, no, this is not correct, don't keep quiet, put back the question. Tell them why you're telling this and ask them to explain why they said you're wrong. If they do not know what is right, they cannot say you're wrong. Am I correct? If somebody is telling no, you're wrong, let them tell why you're wrong. Let them tell what is correct. If they're unable to tell why you're wrong, don't believe in them. Don't trust them. If they're unable to tell what is right, don't believe them. Don't trust them. If they bypass your question, if they skip your question, don't trust them. Don't believe them. Imagine they do not know. They're just trying to give you free advices. They're trying to manipulate you.
Yes, sir.
Right? You have to be smart enough. Otherwise, you will be at the other stage where you will not get the job. At the end, your result matters. Your success matters. Nothing will happen to me whether you get the job, you don't get the job. I get my money. I can say it's all done. But it's a loss to you. When you know the impact is on your side, you have to be more careful. You have to be extra careful, to be very honest. Keep these points in your mind. Act accordingly. Be very conscious. Be very careful. Whatever you're understanding, whatever you're hearing, whatever you're practicing, learning on SAP FICO is supposed to be up to date, is supposed to be correct, accurate. Don't get trapped by the false, wrong information, incorrect details, incorrect knowledge, half knowledge. That will never allow you to become a consultant. It is better you do not know about it instead of knowing incorrectly, instead of knowing partially, instead of knowing half. All right. So next point that I want you to know is, so this is another point. Training, timing or pattern. So we are going to have classes, as I said, Monday to Saturday, 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Depending on the questions, it might go till 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m. also. Not every day. In case if questions are more, since it is the day closing, we usually spend time until we close all the doubts whenever possible, because I don't want you to, or I don't want to leave the session keeping your questions open. I'll try to answer all your questions. In case if I'm not able to answer your question, I'll take your question in the next day, or every Saturday we will connect only for the doubts clarification. Every Saturday. Okay. Every Saturday we will have the doubts clarification session exclusively here, Monday to Friday. Regular classes will be there. Saturday, doubts clarification session. All right. So Sunday there will be no class. And we will have, this is a regular session. Apart from this, every day we will have interview session. This is basically 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. All timings are IST. All timings are Indian timings. This is common for everybody. This is common for all batches. No restriction here. These sessions are open for all. Batch 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, everybody will attend here. And here we will be discussing about different topics, different scenarios. We will be discussing with different people. You will get to know practical points in this interview session, which are generic, which are mandatory for every FICO consultant. And you will be getting to know interview points, all interview questions. We will be having different things here with which you will understand so many points. And here we will go at a slower pace based on our course content. I mean to say, different topics in a sequential order we will go here, and this is different. These two are nowhere interconnected. This is nowhere interconnected, because this is exclusively for giving you confidence, comfort to face interview, to understand what happens in different projects. Okay. And you need to ensure you are comfortable attending this. If anybody finding difficulty, getting confused in this interview session, you can skip. Not mandatory for everybody to attend interview session. If you are able to understand, if you are able to feel comfortable, you can attend. If not, you can skip. This is not mandatory. As I said, this is nowhere connected to your regular classes. This is what will happen. and your batch duration will be 4 months. Batch duration will be 4 months. First month is not included in duration, because for me to make you feel comfortable, confident, familiar with the subject, it takes 1 month. So first 1 month, as I said, we will not be considering in your batch duration of a 4 month. So technically this is going to be 5-month course. First 1 month is only to make you feel comfortable, confident, be aware of all the points of SAP FICO, all the topic. It is that you do not log into SAP FICO, but you know all the configurations, all the submodules, GL, AP, AR, cash, bank, BRS, APP, DME, asset accounting, depreciation, taxation, cost center, profit center, internal order, month end, year end, cutover, TB, every point you will understand within the first 1 month. Only after that, with your high level total understanding, when we start our day 1 actual configuration, you will practically understand why we are creating a company code, why we are taking those 4 digits, how these will be created in a project, what entries are being posted, how reports are coming, how user requirements will come, what kind of issues you will get, how do you face different challenges. Practically you will understand once we start our regular configuration. In short, within your duration, each and every topic you will be hearing, you will be looking at minimum 2 to 3 times. All the topics, whatever is very, very important from your interview point of view, from your project point of view, is repeated minimum 2 to 3 times. So nothing you will be hearing only for one time, I will tell this is over. As I said, every point you will be hearing minimum 2 to 3 times, only then things will get into your mind. This is in your regular session. In the interview session, you will be hearing different points, different interview questions. Those who attended interviews will share their experience, how their interview went, what questions they were asking, all this kind of a thing. We will be having different kind of activities in the interview session, which will be completely interactive to share you different knowledge and all. Right? This is what will happen. And as I said, batch duration will be this, and your training duration is basically till you get job. When I say till you get job, you will be attending the classes until you get the job. Once your regular classes are over, you will be continuing to attend the interview sessions, which are exclusively designed, which are exclusively to help you feel comfortable, confident on different points, different information related to interviews, your real-time project, what you will do as a consultant. And in every batch, as I said, there are so many FICO consultants. You will get to know different issues, different tickets, maximum points, whatever is happening in a project, you will get to know in the sessions itself. And you will be attending the classes, you will be discussing with different other people who are working as consultants. You will gain a lot of knowledge. So it is not that 3 months, 4 months, your batch is over, I will tell you your class is over, I am nowhere responsible. I will be with you until you get the job. I will be supporting you, I will be training you, I will be teaching you, I will be allowing you to attend classes till you get the job. But it is your responsibility to practice, put your effort, understand on a daily basis. Your effort matters more than what my effort is going on. My effort will not give me any result. Your effort will give you the result. At the end, it is your career. You have to take it seriously. You have to put your effort. All I can do is make you understand, explain you as many times as you want. Any topic, as I said, every topic you will be hearing minimum 2 to 3 times. No doubt about it. No topic I will tell this is all it. It's all over. I do not believe in recording. I don't want you to follow the recording, because I do not know when you refer a recording where you will have a confusion. I do not know. You will not be able to watch the full recording at a stretch. You will be watching in bits and pieces. It will practically not add value. I don't believe in offline learning. I don't believe in watching recordings and then understanding. Okay, anybody, I get so many calls, I get so many messages only to give the recording. I reject every message, I reject every call. I do not sell my recordings to anybody because my classes are not offline friendly. You will not find classes in sequence. You will not classes in such a way. As I said, I don't teach you in a course content manner. One setting, second setting, third setting. We will go based on the business process. So when you follow the regular classes properly, you will be able to understand what I'm doing, what we're doing, what you're understanding. Same thing similarly will happen in every organization, in every project. These points is what you need to make a note of it. Any questions you have so far, you can put your question. Because from tomorrow, I'm not going to take any, the overview sessions. Straight away, we will start our regular sessions from Monday onwards. You can think, take a decision if you would like to continue, attend the training. You can make the payment and then join the class from Monday onward. If you do not wish to continue, it is your decision. I respect your decision. All I can say is thank you for attending the overview classes till date. And if you wish to continue the regular classes from a Monday onwards, you need to make the payment and then join. So from tomorrow, there will be no more overview sessions. Straight away, regular classes will begin from Monday onwards. Any questions, doubts, confusion that you have with respect to anything, please raise your hand.
Good evening, sir.
Yogita,
Siddhartha here.
please raise your hand. I'll call out your name. You can put your question.
Good evening, sir. Siddhartha here.
No, please raise your hand. I'll call your name. There are others who are waiting in the queue. Yeah. Yogita, go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, sir, I have a couple of questions. So, one is since you are at this page, so I just want to ask about the interview sessions that is 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. In case we are not able to attend this, do we have recordings or we will get the recordings of this also?
You will get the recording. Yes.
Okay, okay. And sir, if you can go back to the previous testing thing that you were teaching us. Uh,
In the Excel
I
sheet?
Yes, yes, in the testing. So, sir, you have mentioned there. Yeah. So here you have mentioned that some unit testing is to be performed in the development.
Correct.
So, sir, actually, this terminology, I understand what is unit testing, but in our project, like we call it UIT, SIT. So, what does that mean then? I mean, is it different or is it the same thing? What is
It's a
UIT?
segregation basically. It is segregation basically. Okay. SIT is nothing but your system integration testing. Okay. Now, at the end, whatever the testing that you're doing in the development system is called as unit testing. And further, you will have integration testing, positive testing, negative testing, regression testing, and all. But at the end, if your testing is happening in development system, it is called as unit testing. I'm just telling you at a high level.
So, I
In
mean,
development, what you do is unit
people
testing.
also call it UIT. So, what is UIT then? I mean, people say, please submit the UIT document. So,
Same thing, unit testing only. Your
unit
development system.
integration testing or unit, I mean, if you know what it is, UIT, SIT, I understand system integration testing, but UIT document also they say.
It's
So,
unit only.
it's unit only. And sir,
Yeah.
there is one more thing. When we import the TR to quality, so there we also need to test, right? The consultant also needs to test, and also the user also needs to test, or only the user needs to test. ideally?
Which one?
The quality in the quality system.
Before you hand over system to the user for testing, we need to make sure as a consultant we are testing, because we do not want to have any surprise in front of the user, right? Usually
Yeah.
what
So
will
what is
happen,
that testing called then? I mean, the
UAT,
testing in quality. But UAT is done
UAT,
by user, na? Uh,
correct. Before you give system to the user, you need to ensure everything is working fine in the quality, right?
yeah. So the testing that we are performing before handing over it to the user. So I'm
That
just
has no
asking what
name.
test. That
That
is
has
no
no
name.
name. No name.
Ajay, Smith is IT, right? IT, integration test.
No. Integration testing is different.
No, no,
Integration is like your,
no, actually they'll say, right, IT testing. That's what no, 3-4
for
project.
this, we don't maintain any documentation. Usually, whatever the testing that you're writing, every testing contains a document, proof, evidence that it is tested, it is working fine.
Actually, some in our project something different happens. So we only test it and we only give it to the user. But anyways, it depends
No,
upon the
that is,
project. I
but when you test, when you give it to the user, are you documenting it or not?
Yes, yes, we are documenting and we are giving it
That
like
document
US
is
for
called as the
testing. Yeah.
testing. It is
Sorry.
immaterial whether you test it, it is immaterial whether you test it or the user test it. When you're talking about a testing, for everything, there is something called IT audit, there is something called systems audit. Anybody heard IT audit, system audit?
Yes.
Right? When you're
Yes, sir.
talking about IT audit, system audit, now you're testing because you made some configuration change,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? You did the configuration change because somebody asked you to change something, or somebody faced a problem which was due to some system inconsistency, system error.
Yes.
You need
Mm.
the source why you had to do the configuration change in the system. That is your requirement. That email is required. Based on that, you would have done the configuration.
Hmm. Yeah.
Your configuration document is required. After configuration, you would have done testing in the development.
Yes.
You need a unit testing document. After
Correct.
testing in unit, after testing in development, once you found everything is okay, you would have moved your TR to quality.
Yes.
In quality, you would have again tested either you or user. Somebody tested in quality,
Yes.
right? That document is required, called as UAT document. Attaching all these points along with the user confirmation, your project manager confirmation, you will send a request email to the basis consultant to import the TR in production.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That
For any
process
change
is there.
request, whatever you have, this is called as a CR, change request. And this process
Hmm.
should have all the necessary documentation. And all this documentation must be maintained for every configuration change. Now, whether you tested or I tested, it is immaterial. At high level, you call it as UT document, UAT document, business sign off, or UAT sign off, project manager approval. And apart from this, whatever is there is independent or is specific to project, company to company.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Sir, it may be a little long. I have one more question. Can I ask?
Yeah.
So, sir, here in quality, I have seen that so many times refresh happens. So that refresh happens just to bring the all the data of production in quality so that it is easy for us or the user to test. But as we need to test in our development also, like in the non-modifiable development line. So why do we do not do refresh over there? I mean, whenever we say that, I mean, I have never heard that development getting refreshed as per the production. So
Yes,
because we need data there also for testing, right? So
correct.
then we have to create that data over there.
Usually what will happen when you're facing any problem, when you're facing any issue, you will usually get the problems from the production system. Am I correct?
Yes.
Right? And when you get any problem, any error, any issue in production system, you cannot fix it in the production because we have no change create option in the production as a consultant.
Yes. No. Yeah.
Right? What you need to do, you need to either replicate the scenario in quality system or you need to reproduce the scenario in the quality system.
Yes. Yes.
Right? Sometimes what will happen, the same thing when you try to do it in quality, it will work fine without any problem.
Yes.
Right? You will never understand why this is giving problem in production, why this is not giving problem in quality. So to ensure these kind of a points, these kind of a problems are solved, point number one, system refresh will happen on a periodic basis, maybe once in every 3 months, once in every 6 months, once in every 2 3 months, depending on the the project, depending on the different modules that are implemented. It is based on the different decision. Basically, I mean, the different factors will affect the deciding on what basis you have to refresh the system. Point number one, to reproduce, to ensure production issues. Point number two, when you are doing any additional configuration, even before you move it to production, you need to ensure this is not going to create a problem in quality, because ideally quality system is supposed to be similar to production.
Yes.
When you do a UAT, you are not expecting any surprise in the production once it is imported. Reason why you don't import or why you don't refresh production with development is, if you are refreshing production data with quality system, you need to ensure all the data whatever you posted in the quality system will disappear, is replaced by production data. Agree?
Yes.
All the TRs whatever you moved until quality which are not moved to production will disappear. Agree?
Yes. It's
You
correct.
need to re-import all your TRs from development to quality, because it is now refreshed from the production. All the testing whatever you have done in quality which is pending to be moved to the production will disappear. Now if you do it to the development system, you need to be extra careful. Most of the things you will configure, you will have so many do not transport TRs which are copied from development 100 to development 120.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's a big mess if your development is formatted, if your development is refreshed with the production without proper precautions.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, these are
But
the
sir,
reasons why we don't
quality,
do it.
I mean, TR transport can happen again also if the system is, refreshed. Like in quality, we can transport from development again also, or maybe in the client
You can, you
120 again. We can.
you will again import in the quality system, but every module consultant will have to make sure that they're okay to refresh the quality system, let's say on 5th of December. FI consultant, CO consultant, MMST, everybody should agree to it. It is not that just like that we will do it. What if you are in mid of some, the testing, some functionality you are implementing, which you are halfway through, and you cannot again redo all the testing, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
You have
So
to
that is the
maintain so
reason
many things and all. Right.
client 120 is not refreshed. Okay.
Correct. It's not about the individual decision, right? Every consultant, every module will have many things going on.
Mm-hmm.
So
Correct.
you'll have
Mm.
to give a message circular well in advance so that everybody will plan accordingly. If I say that on 5th there is a system refresh with production, I will ensure that I don't do any new configuration. Even if I do, I don't import it. Even if I import it, I'll make a note of it, what I need to re-import again. Otherwise, there will be a straightforward data mismatch. You do not know what TR is moved, what TR is not moved, whether it was working before, not working before. You will never understand.
Yes, yes.
As a
Okay, yeah, sir, I
consultant, we'll have
understood.
to make sure many points are analyzed, understood from our end. And these points nobody will tell us, like your project manager or basis, anybody, they will simply tell on the state, we are doing a system refresh with production. Please take care from your module. If you find any issues, challenges, kindly let us know. Nobody will tell
Yes,
what you need
correct.
to take care. Clear?
Correct, sir. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Clear, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Rama?
Yes, sir. My question is, you mentioned different clients. So shall we figure it out how many systems those clients resides?
Yeah, we can do it. Once we start the regular session, I'll show you all these things practically.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Shiva?
So my question is, are we allowed to ask questions in between session, or we're supposed to
No,
ask at the
you
end?
can ask towards the end, but I'll close the session only after answering all your questions.
Okay, because each session will be having 4 to 5 topics, right? If we get doubted
No,
one
we'll go
topic.
in a sequential order. Once we start the regular classes, we will go at a very slower pace.
Okay. Yeah, fine.
So I will teach you in a way you will understand, not in a way I will complete the course in a faster manner.
No, you will not.
Okay, the target is not me completing the course. Target is you completing the course by feeling, yes, I understood now. That's where I said every topic I will repeat. I will explain from my side 2 to 3 times.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Srinivas.
Yeah, I have a concern on the timings because I am living in a different time zone. I'm living in Germany, but thing is that if class is running between 9 to 10:30, then fine. After that, I have certain commitments. If it is dragged, I cannot be, letting go inside my
No, the
this.
class will not be tracked beyond 10:30 at any circumstances.
Okay.
After that, it is only because of the doubts clarification. That's all.
Okay.
Like the
In
way you're
between,
asking all the questions now,
yeah.
I will be answering the questions. It's not that I'm teaching something new. I'll close whatever I'm supposed to teach within 1.5 hour maximum, not beyond that. And
Okay.
after that, the questions, whatever you have, sometimes certain topics initially will have a lot of confusion. As I said, the way we go
Yeah.
will be in a different pattern. You will be getting a lot of doubts, lot of confusion. I will be rectifying, I'll be clearing every confusion, which might take time. So
Okay.
those who are not free can leave the session. Not necessary you have to be in the session.
Yeah. As you're aware that your timings is very punctual here. I cannot.
Correct.
Yeah, that's
Because
not.
I understand that, for example, you have a doubt, you have a question,
Yeah.
and you wanted to ask. If
Yeah.
I tell that we'll see it tomorrow, you will find it very difficult, or you will not be comfortable having the doubt in your mind, right?
Correct.
So instead, if you get your doubt clarified, you will be comfortable, you will be confident.
No, I'm absolutely okay with that. I mean, no, only in terms of that, classes dragging or something like that. Yeah, I
No,
understand
no,
that.
no, no.
Yeah,
That's why, as I said,
it's
I'll not
not
be
on time
allowing
on
you to
weekend
put
even.
questions in between.
Yeah,
We will complete the discussion at a stretch, at a flow, so that even if you refer the recording, it should be clear. You know that, okay, here the topic ends. From here, it's all doubts clarification. You can skip that portion in the recording also.
okay.
Or if you wanted to see what others are asking doubts, in the recording, you can listen to the doubts and then the clarifications.
Yeah, that's great. Actually, that's great. I mean, I doesn't wanted to miss that if I does not have that flexibility in my time, so that I can go. I can after that I can listen the record and I can take. That's what
Yes.
my.
Every question that you ask will be recorded.
Okay.
Okay. And
Okay.
that's where the recordings maybe will go for 2 hours, sometimes
Okay.
2.5 hours, sometimes 3.5 hours also.
Okay.
Sometimes, as I said, the count will be more.
Okay.
And when somebody is asking different questions, I'll be answering in such a way that everybody will be benefited with those questions.
Certainly. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Yeah. All right. Siddharth.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, sir, my concern is same for this timing, this interview session timing. Actually, I'm in Dubai, so this interview session started. You told that 7:30. So in that time, I'm in office. So can I join whenever I come to my home?
Yeah, you can join. You can join it. And as I said, this is not mandatory, and these are nowhere connected to your regular classes. These are additional sessions. These are additional knowledge that you are going to get. And you will get
Okay,
the
that's fine.
recording of it, which you can refer at a later time.
Okay, sir, I have another question. You told, sir, that this UAT document, regarding this UAT document. So, in the regular session, can we get any sample document that means in project how they create this UAT document? Can we get any sample or anything?
I will show you. I'll show all the sample documents, blueprint, KDS, BPML, UT, UAT, test scripts, integration, functional specifications, everything I will show practically, real-time documents only.
Okay. And last question, sir. This one, sir. After successfully this UAT testing, we move this means configuration or anything to production system
Production.
from production system to production system. Okay. From sir, which means which client? It's from 100 or from 200?
It is not in that way. To the production system, I used a terminology. What is that a terminology called?
Means after successfully, sir, testing in UAT. Means, sir, suppose one configuration we did in development server. Okay. After that, after testing, yeah, this one, sir, quality system. Yeah, quality system. After successfully test, we need to move to production system, right?
So what is this process called? What is that I highlighted there?
TR importing.
Right. For you to import, what should have happened? Export.
First, yeah, export.
You should have exported or you should have released. This will happen in the development 100. Once this is done, you will go to quality, you will do this. After this, you will go to production, you will do it. It's a one-time release from the development, and same activity you will do in quality and then in production. That's all.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. I understand.
Okay. It's a one-time release. It is not that you released in development, you did it in quality, again you release it somewhere, you do it in production. That is not the right way. You release only one time in development and then you perform importing the TR in quality. Once it is done, straight away you will go to production, you will import it in production. That's all. It's a one-time release, two-time importing. Am I clear?
Yeah, sir. Clear, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Shaker.
Hi. Yeah. So you mean the importing from development area from the for the post production quality, the configuration.
Sorry, your voice is not clear.
Yeah, actually, you mean the importing is from development, right? For both the
No,
systems, right?
import is within the quality, import is within the production. In the development, you will only release using SE01, 9 or 10. Once you release it in development, it is available for import directly in the quality system. When you go to STMS underscore import, whatever TR you released in development will appear there. Select that TR number, click on import. That's all.
Okay.
You will see this practically once we start the regular classes.
So, and one more question, and I regularly hear about all this sandbox system. What does it mean?
Sandbox is
qualification.
basically used for R&D purpose. Let's say you have development, quality, production, and your client is having a different requirement which you need to do it, and you are not sure if that is going to meet the business requirement or not. When you are not sure what you are going to do, you are not going to do that configuration in development, because in development, whatever config you do, you will get a TR. And when you are not sure about the functionality, whether client is okay or not okay, you don't want to do this configuration in development, because if you do these kind of things in development, other TRs might have an impact. Dependency will get created.
Yeah,
Because of this
definitely.
configuration, some other thing will get affected. Agree? You got my point?
Yes, that's right.
So to avoid this, you will do it in the sandbox system. Sandbox, again, a copy of the production system. You may be copying production data in sandbox. You will do it in sandbox. From sandbox, data will not move anywhere. It is as simple as like your testing practice server is there, right? It is similar to it. Data will not move from there anywhere. Once you test it, once you configure it, test it, it is all okay. Client is convinced. Same configuration, you will do it in development, capture it in a TR, move it to quality, move it to production. Okay?
Okay, clear. Thank you.
Yeah. Naresh?
Hi, sir. Will you show how to write a test case and unit testing as well?
Yes.
Okay. So, another question. The interview sessions can we join after this batch, after this training batch?
Yes, you can join. You're allowed to attend the interview sessions.
No.
Even after you
Correct.
getting the job, you joining the FICO consultant also.
Okay. Sir, in FICO, what are the modules we will be covered?
All we will cover. Whatever we need to become a consultant, whatever we do as a consultant, all those topics I will cover.
Okay, sir. And another question is, can we pay the course fees in installment?
Maximum 2 installments are allowed.
Okay. So on the recording sections, whatever you, the post recording session, whatever you provide, that will be expired in some days or?
Valid for 1 year.
Okay.
Valid for 1 year. As I said, as we move forward, I'm sure you will not have any dependency on the recording, because you will be confident on the subject. No doubt about it.
Okay, sir. Sir, apart from
because you will be attending the regular classes, you will be
Yeah.
attending the interview classes, you will be having more than 300 recordings by the time you complete your course.
Okay.
So even if you wanted to refer it, it's very difficult for you to identify which recording I need to refer.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right?
Sir,
You'll have a lot of content that you will be understanding from the regular session, from the interview session, with which you will gain the practical conceptual understanding, basically, with which any document, any content you refer, you will straight away understand this is correct, this is not correct, this is relevant to my requirement, this is not relevant to my requirement. Currently, your situation may be whatever the content document that is in front of you, you may be referring to it completely, and then you will still be at a doubt whether this is right or wrong, should I follow or not. But as you move forward, you will be 100% comfortable stating, yes, this is relevant, this is not relevant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, apart from the course fee and the server fee, do you have any other need to pay for the real-time experience?
Nothing. My charge is only 20,000. Above 20,000, even if you pay 1 rupee, I will not take.
Okay.
Maximum charge that I take is only 20,000. Beyond that, I will not charge for anything. My charge is only 20,000.
Okay, sir. Okay.
If you are with me for 1 year, as I said, I will be with you till you get the job. If it takes 1 year, you will be with me for 1 year at no additional cost. I'll not ask you to pay again to attend another batch. I'll allow you to attend another batch with 0 cost.
Okay, sir. Will you show the real-time project, sir?
Whatever we do is real-time project. That's where I said you verify with FICO consultants on what you're doing, on what you're learning.
Okay.
There's
Okay,
no
sir.
point of real time once you start the regular classes. Whatever you do is real time. Straight away
Sure, sir.
verify with people. In every batch, there are many FICO consultants.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. That's all.
You will straight away get to know many FICO consultants in your batch.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Manikandan.
Sir, we will importing TR from development of quality. We are using the STMS underscore import. No? That code will be used by the basis team, no, correct?
In quality,
Because
both are possible. In some project, it is done by basis only. In some project, it can be done by both basis and functional. But to production, strictly by basis in any project. In quality, both are possible. Okay, these will differ from company to company.
Because we never use this T code, we are using the Salmon only.
Charms you are using.
Charms you are using. When we changing the activity, that status itself it will move to quality. That's
correct. It will, because that is SAP product. It has got that. Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, and one more thing. Can you go above that the quality server 200 and 210? Can you scroll above, sir? Here will you sir. Here we and the user will use only the one client only. Like for example, the 200. What is the
The
difference
other one
between
is
200 and
not for
210?
the regular one. 210 is only for pre-production. Usually, whenever you are in any implementation project, before moving all the legacy data to production system, you will move it in the pre-production system, all your cutover data, TB upload and all. Later on, when you have certain configurations which you feel that this configuration, when I move it to production, it will not have any impact. Many a times you would have noticed there is no problem in the quality, but when it is moved to production, it creates a problem.
Yes, sir.
So to avoid these kind of a thing, you will be moving it to pre-production, because in the quality, you are posting the regular entries and the user is also posting regular entries for testing, training purpose.
Yes, sir.
In the pre-production, such kind of entries are not allowed. It is a pure copy of production.
Yes.
Whatever is
Only
supposed
that
to happen in
means,
production will happen in pre-production also.
sir, that means the status will be non-modifiable.
Non-modifiable only. Other than development 100, everything is non-modifiable. It is just that you will import TR in pre-production also.
Okay.
Just to ensure your production system is not affected because of any new functionality, you will move it to pre-production. You'll ensure it is all working fine, no impact.
Yeah.
Just to be on the safer side. That's all.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. That's it.
Yeah. Funny Prasad.
Hello, sir. I have done my payment, I think, 2 days back. I think you will be sharing the previous batches link, right?
I will
Can you
share it.
share that one?
Yeah, I will share, to different people at a time. So as we do not have the overview sessions from tomorrow, in couple of days, all these things will be sorted out. I'll create a, the Google Sheet and all. I'll consolidate all the details and then I'll give the access.
Okay. And along with
Okay.
that, can you share this document Excel sheet so that we can refer rather than referring the
Yeah. This I'll put after
recording?
today's class. I'll share it in the group.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Swapnil. All right. Any other questions, anyone, before we close?
Sorry, sir. Swapnil here. Sir,
Yeah.
actually, I have question. So the interview classes you are going to start on the 7:30 p.m. onwards. So that also you are going to record and upload in the regular sessions drive.
Yes, it will be there.
Okay. Okay, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes.
As functional consultant, we will be know of mandatory point for a client 110.
Not required, because this client 110 is applicable only in some project, because this is used by ABAP consultant in some project. For ABAP development, there is a separate client. In some project, ABAP also will work in client 100 only.
Thank you, sir.
That's where I said we do not need to know. As a functional, I put only 2 points there, right? 100 and 120. In any project, you will be working, you will be using these two clients in development system. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Ajay, hello, Ajay.
Yes. Yeah.
The SIP testing will be done in the quality or like development?
Both. In
In
development,
both.
we will test as a consultant called as unity testing. In quality, user test called it as a UAT, user acceptance testing.
But SIT comes in the picture in which both, I mean, development and quality, right?
Quality. SIT is basically integration testing, like FIMM integration, FIST integration, right? Any two module data wherever you have, that is your integration testing.
Okay. And the videos which you said, if I would like to go subscription with the videos, what will be charging that?
Which video?
I mean, if I would like to go with the videos, I mean, not session, I would like to go with the videos which you have.
It will be the same
You
cost.
said,
As I said, my sessions are not offline friendly or not self-paced learning approach. See, now if you see, I explained the different points, but if you look at it, nowhere anything is related to it, right?
Yeah.
Whatever I discussed yesterday, whatever I discussed today, if anybody who's looking at those recording, will they understand anything? They are confused.
No.
They expect, okay, today whatever is there, tomorrow whatever is there, they are not connected. But if you were there yesterday, if you are there today, you are clear with what we discussed.
Yeah.
That is what will happen.
Yeah.
So it will help only those who are in my regular classes, and those who are not in my classes, my videos will not help. I know that I will get money by selling the recording, but I will not sell to anybody because I know they are not going to be offline friendly. Having known, I am not supposed to sell it.
Okay, you previously said that we will be sharing the videos and everything for half of the rate, so that's the reason I'm asking.
No, I never told anybody that I will sell for half of the rate. If somebody wants it and they insist that I want, I will tell clearly that you will not be allowed to attend any regular classes, and if you are not able to understand from the recording, I am not responsible. I tell upfront, crystal clear. I still charge the same amount, maybe a little cheaper.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Krishna.
Yeah, Ajay, I have one small doubt. Actually, I relieved my company. Actually, it got 2 months over. This course is recommendable or not? Because I already worked as a SAP end user 6 years. After that, I moved to banking domain. So my relieving also over. It is over 2 months onwards. I'm learning this SAP FICO actually. My friend is also working, he's also helping to me. It is recommendable me or not? That's what I'm asking, because you are telling it will take more than 1 year. No, that's why.
No. I said until you get job, you will be with me. If not necessary that everybody will get the job within 3-4 months, right? It depends on individual. Somebody is already working
Yeah.
on SAP FICO. Somebody is already trained somewhere else. Somebody is completely new. Somebody finds it very difficult to understand. Somebody will not be able to get a time to practice on a daily basis. So not necessary that everybody will get the job the moment the course is over, right?
Yeah,
But
correct.
those
Exactly, I understand.
who
Yeah.
are those who are already aware of SAP FICO, after making the full payment, I will give you previous batch recording as well for you to go through the recording and then go to the market quickly. But this batch will not go on a fast track, will go at a regular pace only. Considering a person who does not know anything about SAP, I will teach. If somebody who's already aware of SAP FICO, you will be referring the previous batch recording. You will be getting advanced knowledge from the interview sessions.
Yeah, sure. And one more thing, once we done the payment, we will share screenshot in WhatsApp itself.
Yeah, not in the group. Send it to me separately, and then I'll add you in the regular group.
Yeah, sure. And when it will be done? I mean, within 2 days or 3 days, like that, any time duration is there? Because I already have 2 months career gap. That's what I'm thinking.
What do you mean to say? 2 days? I didn't get your question. To get the recordings?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Once you pay, you will get within a day. Once you clear your full payment,
Oh,
you will get within it. On the same day, I'll give you the access.
okay.
Tomorrow, I will give
Thank
access
you.
for the others who
Yeah.
paid the full payment and who wants to attend and understand from the previous batch recording also. I will share them the access. Tomorrow, you will have.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? All right, fine then. If no other questions, so as I said, this will be the last overview session. From Monday onwards, we will be having the regular sessions at the same time. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Good night, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Yeah. Good night.